This content is the property of Put It Out There TV, also known as PIOT TV, a property of the House of Yasha Allah El Trust. If you are viewing and or listening to this content on a non-PIOT TV branded platform, then we kindly ask that you stop and flag this content for copyright infringement. Thank you.
What's poppin', everybody? It is your brother Judas Son for Put It Out There TV, also known as PIOT TV. Hashtag Put It Out There, hashtag Put It Out There TV, hashtag Judas Son. I appreciate if y'all use that whenever you're sharing any of our content. Most definitely appreciate that. But yeah, I wanted to do this video real fast before I go to bed because I've been up since 10 a.m. yesterday and it's 5:50 a.m. today, July 7th. So I need to definitely be getting myself in the bed and getting some shut-eye. But I wanted to do this video real quick because something that I kind of briefed over in one of the earlier videos that I uploaded, and I wanted to kind of touch on it just a little bit more briefly real fast. As you well know, I've been lately on this tangent. I guess you don't want to call it a tangent because it's well deserved and justified what I'm doing. But when you have organizations such as Southern Poverty Law Center, and you have corporations such as the Chronicle Telegram of the City of Elyria Municipal Corporation, and news media outlets such as the Morning Journal of the City of Lorraine Municipal Corporation, right? When you have them putting out propaganda against Moors who are Aboriginal and Indigenous to the Americas, making them look like terrorists and extremists and members of a hate group, you really see that they are violating the human rights of the Moors, of the Aboriginal and Indigenous people of the world. Of the Americas. I apologize. Well, you know what? We are Aboriginal and Indigenous to Earth. It's just as simple as that. But what I find to be funny is that they put out all of this information, all of this propaganda, because it's not information. They put out all of this propaganda content, right? And it's funny because at the end of the day, according to the supreme law of the land, they are not qualified, you know, to do the things that they do. For instance, when they call Moorish documents bogus, according to the supreme law of the land, the Constitution for the United States of America, the Republic, specifically states that they are not qualified on anything when it comes to Moorish documents being bogus or anything like that. So let's go in and we're going to go to this Moorish proclamation again. All right. And once again, there are several other Moorish proclamations out there, but I'm using this one because it's the most convenient that I have available to me. I do have the other ones on my computer somewhere. I just don't feel like going to look for them at this time, but just bear with me. So we're going to go into this proclamation that was put out by Rahm Emanuel, who was or may still be the mayor for the City of Chicago Municipal Corporation, right? Which is a public office. Also, it is alleged or proclaimed to be a governmental office and a governmental seat, right? So this is what Rahm Emanuel published and put on the public record. And this is a legal document, right? It says here, whereas the Moorish Americans are the descendants of the ancient Moabites, Hammatites, and Canaanites who were permitted by the old pharaohs of Kemet to traverse from East Africa and later formed themselves kingdoms extending from the northwestern and southwestern shores of Africa, the Atlantic Islands, onto the present-day continental Americas. And whereas the indigenous Moorish peoples of the Americas are now united in order to again link themselves with the family of nations. That doesn't sound like separatism to me, but let's go on. And whereas the Moorish Americans, being aboriginal to the territories of North, Central, and South Americas, have formed a sovereign theocratic government guided by the command principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice through virtue of the universal right to self-determination, as well as with the Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples guaranteed in the Charter. Now, I'm going to stop there because we've gone over this in previous videos, as you guys have seen. We're going to stop there because this right here is considered a public document, a lawful document coming out of public office that is on the public record. Now, the reason why at law, according to the supreme law of the land, that the Southern Poverty Law Center, right, the Chronicle Telegram that does business at the Municipal Corporation City of Elyria, the Morning Journal that does business at the Municipal Corporation City of Lorain, this is why they are not qualified to speak. And as long as they keep speaking out of line, out of law, the way that they are doing, eventually they might find themselves in an actual de jure court of law to answer for these human rights violations. Now, what do I mean? All right, Rahm Emanuel, okay, is a elected official, or was an elected official at the time that he published this proclamation. A proclamation is at law. When you look at it in a law dictionary, it will say that it's evidence, right? It's evidence. So when you have a flesh and blood people who you see, such as myself, calling themselves Moorish American or Moor, who is Aboriginal and Indigenous to North, South, Central America and the adjoining islands, and then for an elected official to put out a proclamation that says the Moorish Americans are the ancient Moabites, Hammatites, and Canaanites who were permitted by the old pharaohs to traverse from East Africa and later form themselves kingdoms extending from the northwestern and southwestern shores of Africa, the Atlantic islands, onto the present-day continental Americas. And then we go here to the Constitution, the American Constitution, and we go to Article 4, Section 1, where it says, "Full faith and credit shall be given in each state to the public acts, public records, judicial proceedings of every other state, and the Congress may by general laws prescribe the manner in which such acts, records, and proceedings shall be proved, and the effect thereof." Now, as we can see here in Article 4, Section 1 of the American Constitution, we don't see here that it says that and the Chronicle Telegram doing business at the City of Elyria Municipal Corporation, or the Morning Journal doing business at the City of Lorain Municipal Corporation, or you don't see it saying and the Southern Poverty Law Center may by general laws prescribe the manner in which such acts, records, and proceedings shall be perceived, and the effect thereof. So you cannot question public document. That's why Moors put their records, their documents on the public record to make proclamations. And the only people who can or at least have some type of standing to be in a position to rebut those are Congress. Not those jackasses at the Southern Poverty Law Centers, not those jackasses at the Chronicle Telegrams, at the City of Elyria Municipal Corporation, and not those donkeys, those donkey hind parts at the Morning Journal at the City of Lorain Municipal Corporation, right? They're not qualified. They're charlatans. So this goes to show that they are in violation of the human rights of the Moors, and it goes to show that they're not qualified to speak. So really, when they're saying that the Moors documents are bogus in their publications that they're putting out on the public record, they're bogus. They're bogus is what they're saying is bogus. You see what I'm saying? You see, we have elected officials here. We have elected officials here on this screen as we speak. So keep that in mind, Moors. And I just hope this is getting out there to those cowards at the Southern Poverty Law Center, and the cowards that are, copying and pasting and, mimicking and saying the same thing that somebody else said, trying to take cheap shots because you're just a scared little coward in the corner, because the sleeping giant that you thought was dead has awakened. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Peace and love. This is Judah Son with Put It Out There TV, also known as PIOTV. Appreciate y'all rocking with me. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, especially if you're viewing this on YouTube. But if you are viewing this on YouTube, make sure you go into the description of this video, below this video, or in the comments of this video, and look for a link and go ahead and register yourself for an account at the PutItOutThereTV.com website. Definitely appreciate y'all rocking with me. I'm up out of here. Peace and love.